Okay, this is a personal kind of a video for me as masculine, one of mankind of this land. So, I'm kind of coming on to you guys. I'm not kind of coming on to you guys. I'm coming on to you guys. Okay. So many years I didn't vote because, well, what's the use? It's the same old, right? All the same bunch of establishment, money grubbing, power mongering, bunch of, you know what I'm thinking. And if you don't, it starts with a B. And then when Harper came up, and I realized Harper was a globalist, all right. But when he did come up and he started talking about certain things, and I've mentioned this in the past, there were certain things about bringing back our Army, Navy, and Air Force. Okay, the man I address is Justin, his daddy. He amalgamated the Army, Navy, and Air Force into the armed forces, and so he took three budgets, conglomerated it into one budget, and then proceeded to cut the budget, as did every other government after him. I mean, we were laughing stock. We went from a world-class Army, Navy, and Air Force that was totally respected, world respected. We had 20 million people within this nation, and we had a totally respected Army, Navy, and Air Force. Not because of the establishment that we call this government, which is de facto, but because of the people of this nation and our intestinal fortitude. We used to buy jets from the Americans in the day, and it wasn't that long ago, because I'm not that old. But what we used to do is we used to build our own engines for these jets, and we would always kick their butts. All right. So as we got amalgamated down and down and down, we turned into the laughing stock of the UN, that most corrupt wannabe world power. The UN soldiers accused of raping and pillaging on the people they're supposed to protect in the most obscure places on the earth where people can't defend themselves. Jeez, you wonder why Justin wants our guns? Hey, an armed citizenship keeps a government legit. And that's all there is to it. And that's a proven point, and that's history. If you want to know what the difference is, in my lifetime, and I'm not that old, like I say, I'm not telling you how old I am, but in my lifetime, I watched Romania go from, yes, they were a Napoleonic civil code country, but I watched them go from a democracy of civil code into a socialist communist country, and it all went to hell. Now, thank God they were able to get rid of that system, but the country is still ruined. I think they came out of the communist area, and please forgive me, any of my Romanian cousins that may be watching this, if I don't remember what year these guys came out, but I think it was late 80s, I believe, somewhere around the wall coming down. Gorbachev, take down that wall. But those people just suffered, and they had so they're a little different. We're a common law land, and the establishment would love you to believe that we are a civil code land and that you are under the code no matter what, because we presume you to be, because we say you are. Well, no, I'm sorry. I have a choice. I may be eligible for certain, benefits of this establishment because I am from this land. Hunter, driver, fisher, whatever you guys, whatever the establishment licenses, I have a right and a privilege to be part of that if I wish, even a voter. But I also have a right to keep to myself and not partake into that system. Over in Civil Code, you don't really have that right. You either are or you're not. They believe, like in France, the reason they have leaders is because they were destined to be leaders. It's a class of person, and you are born of a lower class, therefore you do what you're frickin' told. It's almost like the feudal system that we came out of before common law was set up by the people and forcing the king to recognize this, way back when, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So, and it's funny because, well, I'm not going to get into that because the Canadian courts doesn't even recognize it now. They don't wish to recognize any of our history, our inherent history, prior to 1850 or something. It's just crazy. But the judicial system doesn't belong to you and I. It belongs to the judiciary. The only thing that you and I have on this system, or within a public courthouse, is a trial by jury, court of record, that only falls under the common law, where the magistrate is independent of the tribunal. And that is our safety net, which is why the Legal Society does wish to get rid of it. Which is why the Legal Society has inched their way into our public buildings, our public courthouses, and taken them over. And if you don't scribe as a self-litigant, or you get a lawyer, even lawyers, I can't even remember where I started this video. Shit, I digressed. Oh well. But even as lawyers were first invented for basically business, okay? That's what they're actually really for, is business. But then again, you have people that can't defend themselves, right? Say, like, I have a blind autistic son that has diabetes insipidus, who cannot defend himself. So he has a family, and his family protects him, because he is our property and we are his property, and we will defend him to the right to the end. And we've had to. That's what lawyers are for. But they're not for you and I. Every time somebody has an issue, they want to run off and get a lawyer. Why? Where's your intestinal fortitude? You don't know enough about yourself and who you are on this land as a man that you know that you can stand? You do realize that you have standing as a man. And when I say man, I mean mankind. Feminine and masculine, all those in between. I was just listening to something that made me kind of want to rant a bit, but can't remember where I started the video off. But there is a big difference between civil code, common law, and Sharia law. And because we are a common law land and a common law nation, all right, the only thing that's democratic about this place is the style of parties, or the style, like the government we have a constitutional monarchy. Like, our American cousins down south, they have a republic. Okay, we have a constitutional monarchy. The only thing that's democratic about this place is the style of governments that run to serve us through the constitutional monarchy. They're democratic. We're not democratic, okay, as a people. We're a Judeo-Christian nation with a constitutional monarchy. Right? That's the style of government we have. And of course, most people don't know this because you don't give a shit, because you were taught not to care, and you were taught not to have critical thinking, because those crown corporations that operate as de facto public schools do not wish you to know, okay? They only wish your kids to know enough to write their name on, sign on the dotted line, so that the legal society can basically rape them. That's basically what's been going on. It happened to us. Now I blame it on my dad, my granddad, and my great-granddad. They didn't stand up. But you know why? Because they trusted in the establishment. They said, hey, we are part of the free world. And the government has to act within a certain way. And they always did, within a certain way. And then they would inch and inch and inch. But now they're not even inching. Now they're just taking a mile. They're saying, we're the government. The laws don't apply to us, but they apply to you. God forbid if you owe CRA $80, because we're going to come in and it's going to go up. Oh, geez, you're going to owe us $150,000 in fees because you didn't pay $80 and we're going to take your home, we're going to take your kids, we're going to take your car. But no, as we're scrambling for the $80 on these crappy jobs that we've been left because the man I address as Justin, who acts as the Prime Minister, gives a $40 billion contract to China and then breaks all the laws, the fair trade laws. Investigate it, you guys. Not one of our Canadian companies, there's not a bit of Canadian steel, and not one of our companies got to bid on building these things. Not one of us. And we have the talent. We have the means and we have the resources. Like, we are under attack. We are under attack. This is why, instead of taking myself off the voting list this time, and so I'm appealing to all you mothers, not mothers with children, but all those mothers that look like me. I know there's a bunch of you out here. I know at least we're a big percentage of people that don't vote. And I'm coming on to you. Vote for that Mad Max dude. What do we got to lose? Give the guy a chance. Just give him a chance. I mean, if you don't vote, okay, well, you know the guy with the good hair. The guy with, all the sexuality. All right? Yeah. He's going to be telling you how to run your life, and he's going to be sending in the cops into your home, into your domestic jurisdiction, to tell you how to run your household. Is that what you wish? If that's what you wish, don't vote. So anyways, give Max a chance. If this Max guy did get in, let's just say this Mad Max got in. Let's say he did get in, and he turned into another clown or another communist POS. Like these guys, like Casper Milquetoast, who is seriously going to vote? I don't know what I'm fourth generation Albertan, all right? My great granddaddy was my great granddaddy. Anyways, I have a lot of generations. I don't believe, and I lived in Saskatchewan. These are great, beautiful people in Saskatchewan. These are the salt of the earth. I can't believe, other than Casper Milquetoast being from Saskatchewan, why they would even vote for Casper Milquetoast. I mean, the guy has no intestinal fortitude. Now, my intestinal fortitude is between my legs. I don't know where his is. But he's, what? Serious? More? Like, he's like he will sell us out inch by inch and make it soft. And, we can all just be Canadian, and we can all just carry on, and we can all just work a little harder and a little more and give our kids up to the establishment because we can't afford to, have our wives home or be home and allow our wife to work because one income doesn't do it because it's minimum wage. It sucks because all the good jobs are gone to China. That's who that guy represents himself to me as. So I would like to give Mad Max a chance. I'm calling all you guys like myself that are not real voters because we don't see any value in it. But I think we're at a turning point right now. So for evil to expound, all it takes is a good man to do nothing. And when I say man, I mean mankind. So I'm talking to you too, girl. and you too, you in between, you know, wherever you stand. Wherever you stand, I don't care. We are all of the species. We are all mankind. So please get out and vote. And like I say, I'm going for Max. To hell with these idiots.